Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where, as promised, we are talking about cyber attacks and more specifically the industry and how it affects us. Because this morning, joining us is CEO of Calibra Solutions Limited, Mr. George White, who will give us some insight on the deep dark web as well. Mr. White, good morning and welcome to the Now Morning Show.
Morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
I am really relieved to have you because we would have seen with the pandemic that hypersensitivity where the internet and digitization is concerned. The deep dark web, cyber attacks, and other discussions rose as well. So your expertise is necessary now more than ever. To get right into things though, when we talk about cybercrime specifically, we may not necessarily get quantified values in Trinidad and Tobago. How would you describe the significance here?
I think the best way to describe that is to refer to the World Economic Forum, where they project that by 2025, the revenues generated from cybercrime activity will be third in line behind the US and China in terms of its quantum. It's significant.
Very. And that is 2 years away. That's not that far. So Correct. It really is working at the speed of light, just like the internet.
Yes, growing exponentially.
Why?
As the world becomes more connected,
right,
then we automatically fall within the domain of being possibly attacked because we're part of the ecosystem.
Right. And in terms of being more susceptible to being possibly attacked, let's talk a little bit about the specificity, targeting. Who are targets? What makes you more vulnerable than other situations?
Well, there are a variety of threat actors. There are some who are motivated by money. There are some who simply want to take down the challenge of dealing with things that were thought to be impregnable. So there are a host of different threat actors. But from the financial gain perspective, the actors will be looking at financial institutions, government institutions. We have had recent examples here in Trinidad where the government sector was affected, and of course citizens were affected in not being able to get services. But basically, it's really about monetizing the fruits of that labor, so to speak.
Holding us at ransom as they can remedy the situation and we can't.
Of course.
So then we're looking at corporates in that instance. What about the individuals, the average person who uses the internet or any digital device? What sorts of cautions can we take towards being less susceptible to cyber attacks?
Yeah, there are many things that can be done by individuals. It means looking at things like the sites that you utilize, backing up your data, and ensuring that you take certain steps that, in the case you are compromised, you have a way of recourse and resuming normal activity.
Now, a lot of the times we see people on social media, for example, getting their pages hacked and someone else essentially gaining access to it. What is the significance of this? Because when we think about identity theft in the States, for example, where everything is digitally linked and access to your funds and your data is a big problem, we can arguably say that we don't necessarily have as much of that here in Trinidad. Does that matter to us significantly?
It does matter. The threat actors, they would surmise the situation and maybe make an assumption that we here in Trinidad do not protect ourselves sufficiently by investing in technology and tools that can assist us. And by virtue of that, there will be a weak link in the chain. And hence, we're targeted probably even more so than some other areas of the world.
Okay. It's because we Trinbagonians like to talk too much. Just put all the information out there so they figure easy target, right?
Of course.
But one of the conversations that we also, or terms rather, that we also hear a lot is the dark web. And I'm very curious as to what that entails. What is the dark web?
The dark web is an area of the web where a lot of anonymous activity takes place. So the web as we know it has different sections. There's a surface web, which is what we normally use a lot that's an area that can be subject to Google search and
Right.
Bing and so on, and that's where we normally navigate. But that's just a mere fraction of the web itself. The dark web is another area much larger than the surface web, where the threat actors participate, and also law enforcement, which is what it was designed for initially. But it sort of got out of hand and being used for nefarious activities.
So the average person, chances of wandering into the dark web is not really a thing, is it? It's a very deliberate space to exist in.
You're correct, correct.
Understood. So as a parent, for example, you don't have to be too concerned with your child being exposed to the dark web when, let's say, doing virtual learning or even research for school.
No, not typically, but there are still measures that can be taken to prevent, out of curiosity,
Right.
the youngster doesn't wander into areas that he or she shouldn't.
What should that look like? Especially as a non-tech savvy parent, what can we look for as indicators that this child or student might need to stay on a certain track?
I would say it would start by using software that assists with parental control. There are tools available to do that because the average person might not know exactly how to navigate, but there are tools that can assist in that regard.
All righty. So now that we've got some tips, I know that the Calibra Solutions is getting into an event to give even more information and assist with navigating cybercrime and the likes. Tell me more about that event.
Well, a lot of attention has been on the traditional surface web, threat intelligence to protect ourselves from cybercrime. But in terms of the dark web, there's not a lot of information available. Calibra has recently partnered with a UK thought leader in that domain, Searchlight Cyber, and we're putting on a webinar on Thursday, 24th, and we'll also be participating with the TTPS as a partner.
Nice.
Because they need the ability to leverage these kinds of tools to monitor this activity. A lot of crimes utilize the dark web because it allows persons to operate anonymously.
Right.
So we'd have seen, for example, an incident, a bomb threat to the schools last September.
Right.
The threat actors operated on a basis where you couldn't trace their IP address and the origin because they utilized dark web tools where you can pay to get this done.
So we're going to be seeing the TTPS having enhanced techniques towards these ends, yes?
Well, yeah, we'll certainly make the effort to equip the TTPS and to leverage a partnership that can take us in that direction.
In that case, I say hats off to you and the team. And if someone wanted to get more information on that conference coming up on Thursday, how can they do so?
Well, they can call Calibra or utilize our social media channels, and you know we have various means by which we can provide information and encourage participants to join us.
Of course, you can check them out on the World Wide Web, but this morning we say thank you to Mr. George White for joining us, the CEO of Calibra Solutions, giving us some insights into the darkness of the World Wide Web, the dark web specifically, cybercrime, and some more insights on how you can navigate the World Wide Web more safely. We look forward to the outcomes of the TTPS being more equipped to help us as citizens, and we look forward to more here on the Now Morning Show after this break.
Thank you.